Oh yes, hello legends, how is everybody doing? Let's analyze the situation here for Bitcoin. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Everybody, we'll be analyzing why I do believe that the price of Bitcoin is going to get a very nice bounce in the next coming days. Of course, more downside is possible. We'll be analyzing this situation, of course, but we'll be talking about the scalping levels. We'll be talking about some day trading opportunities here on the chart, guys. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like button. If you do enjoy the content, we'll be going through right away what we mentioned on yesterday's live stream, of course, talking about the levels. We did get that swing failure pattern on some exchanges. Got a note here, I did not enter this short position. Looking for that swing failure pattern on Bybit. However, this did not happen. It did not happen on Bybit. When we do zoom in on the lower time frames, that lower high right over here from that descending wedge structure, that descending channel, is a classic swing failure pattern where you do come all the way up to the first dead cat bounce high from a descending channel, right? And you test those highs right over here from that descending wedge because it's the first dead cat bounce high. It's a classic level where the price is going to hit and get the rejection, guys. So on Bybit, that level was not hit. That level was not hit on Bybit. However, if you flip to another exchange such as Coinbase, that high was tested. I'm not sure if any of you managed to get into this short position. I didn't, guys. I was waiting for the wick of the high when we were talking about that scenario on yesterday's live stream. I was not interested in taking the short. Only if we were to get that wick above that lower high from the descending wedge structure, then I would consider the short. Stop loss above the high, and you're getting a massive move down all the way back down to the lows from yesterday. I didn't take the short, guys. We did not take the hit. I was paying attention to the chart on Bybit, and yeah, the Bybit high right there was not claimed, okay? It was not claimed on Bybit. We were just off a few dollars in hitting that high, that dead cat bounce high, which is a classic swing failure pattern level, guys. We talk about this level so many times on the stream. It is a strategy as well, right? Where you do get a massive move down, you get a dead cat bounce high, you start moving down. Pay attention to the first dead cat bounce high because you likely going to come all the way up there. It's a target zone and possibly get the rejection. Test it and reject. The same happens to the upside. You might get a massive move up, you get the first big pullback, and then the price just builds up and continues to the upside. That first higher low is a major swing failure pattern, guys, where you're likely going to get a bounce. Same happened here yesterday. However, on Bybit, we did not claim the high, so I did not take the short position, guys. On other exchanges such as Coinbase, right, and some many other ones, that high was tested, just getting above it a couple of dollars. But just imagine if you do expect that scenario, the possible projection of that movement, you know, could bring you all the way down to yesterday's lows, right? You got a massive projected move with massive, insane risk to reward. When we go to the chart and we analyze that scenario, in the case of Bybit, that just took that high, guys. Let me just zoom in so you can see how the price action just wicks above it, just a couple of dollars, right? Look at this, just up that level about $5, right? $5 from that dead cat bounce high. Absolutely crazy. Just imagine you did jump into that short position. The risk to reward is massive. The risk to reward is absolutely huge, right? You're just risking such a small amount here, just in case the price just suddenly takes that level and you get a larger wick or you break out, where you just get stopped out and that's the end of that, right? It doesn't really matter. You're managing risk very, very well. Small losses are part of the game. But if this does play out in your favor, you're making 8, 9, 10 times, right? If you do maintain that position, obviously you would be taking some profits off the table. So it wouldn't be a 10 times risk to reward, right? Realistically, looking for that projected move. The only short position, because I got a lot of people jumping into shorts, right, yesterday. And, you know, if they did have their stop loss, they got into a really nice position. But I was just waiting for that high to be taken. Depending on what exchange you are using for your analysis, well, if you're using Bybit, the high was not taken. If you're using Coinbase or other exchanges where you do get that high taken, you are in sick profits right now. You must have taken most of the profits on that beautiful leg down after claiming that high. Depending on what exchange you're using, then obviously you either took the trade or you did not take the trade. Now let's analyze this local situation because, yeah, there's a lot of things, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button. Pure educational content as always. Make sure to stay tuned because I know it gets boring, but I like to chat in the comment section. We'll be getting through those major levels of technical analysis. I do see this a very good zone for a bounce. I hopped into a very small long position. It's more of a swing long position. I know Fridays, we are fearful with Fridays. Fridays, you know, they usually are pretty red on the market, right? But I believe that this bounce could happen. Did get into a short position at the highs. I will explain this. We're scalping, guys. We're looking for longs and shorts all day long, right? I'm not only bullish, I'm not only bearish. We look for shorts. We look for longs as well. Got into a short, jumped into a small long position here, managing risk with stop loss here beneath this higher low around about $57,200. I'll be explaining that in detail, okay? But the main reason of the thumbnail, Bitcoin will bounce. I still see this very, very corrective. I don't see any massive sell-off move down here coming in the next coming days. I do expect this area to maintain as support, right? Whether this is the low or maybe we're going to come down and create another low. Overall, taking $63,000, possibly in the next 1 to 2 weeks, even the next coming days, right? I'll explain that in detail, guys, with the technical analysis. I want to go through higher time frames, want to go through lower time frames. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. There is some obviously macro bullish news. Accumulation from whales is still happening, guys. So there's nothing to be worried about of entering a macro bear market, Bitcoin going to $30,000, $20,000, right? None of that, guys. We're likely going to form a higher low, right, on the macro perspective and go to higher levels. We'll talk about macro, but let's focus on, you know, lower time frame technical analysis, right? What's going on now, right? What do you see on the chart here? What the heck is going on here? Let's go right away with the Bybit chart here and zoom in and just keep things very, very simple. You got that lower high resistance trend line, just a simple lower high resistance trend line. Gold is pumping. We got here from my man 𝗬𝗫𝗫. Let's go, Crypto King, my man. We got the man here, Tom Crown. It's too early for me to be up, Andy. Make sure to go and check out Tom Crown, guys. He provides insane analysis and news and all sorts on his channel. He is here right now in the comment section. Tom Crown, shout out to you, my brother. Thanks for joining the stream. So, yeah, let's go here. I'll go through the comment section. I'll tell you what, let's go through the comment section first of all, guys. Let's chill, go through the comment section, and we'll go through the technical analysis. I want to say hello to my beautiful community, of course, as always. Looks pretty bad today, says Ashley. Chris, how are you doing, my man? Blood in the streets means buying opportunity. People, buy yourself into fear-dropping price, says Chris. Absolutely correct, especially if it is Bitcoin. Every dip on Bitcoin is an opportunity for the long term, right? If it goes lower, well, we buy more, right? That's how we do it. Valerie, aloha, happy Friday. Happy Friday, legends. Gringo, Daniel, thanks for joining the stream, my brother. Relief, how are you doing, brother? Aditya, of course, here, smash the like button. He says, I got into the short, absolute legend, and I did ride it to the bottom. Absolutely insane. Look at that. People getting into that short trade after testing the highs of that descending channely wedgie structure right over here. Absolute legends. I did not manage to get to the short, guys, because yeah, basically I was analyzing Bybit chart and that high was not taken on Bybit. But if you did take to the short, right, if you did get into the short, congratulations, you made insane profits with that move to the downside. Now, let's analyze here very, very carefully on the chart. Okay, but what's going on here, right? Why is the price rejecting from this area of 58,600, 58,700? Why is the price action pulling back down? Well, let's just keep it simple, right? We've got a lower high resistance trend line, right? From the highs of Wednesday, from the lower highs of yesterday. So just a nice basic lower high resistance, right? Trying to break out and failing for the moment. For the moment, I do believe that this could be broken in the next coming hours, even next coming days. Be a bit more conservative, but potentially the next coming hours. I'll explain why, guys. Right over here, we do have the fixed volume profile from the range since the 8th of August, right? So we do have this being a range because you got this consolidation, we got the highs, we got this low, we got this high over here, we got this low. So all of this becomes a range. All of this becomes a range. And where did we get some resistance just in the last few hours where we are getting very choppy price action? It is at the value area low of this range, guys. You want to start getting the value area from the start of a range, right? If you got a pivot low right over here, you can count this pivot zone to count all of this as a value area, right? You're not going to count this price action right over here because that is not in the range, right? You're counting this range. This is another range right over here. So overall, taking a look at the range from these pivot lows, as you do have this pivot low right over here, you are getting resistance from the value area high since the 8th of August with that lower high resistance trend line. So it does not look good, you may ask me. You might think, this is not looking too good. This does look like it wants to break to lower levels. Now, here's where we're going to go to the lower time frame technical analysis and analyze the local situation, right? Even going to the 5-minute time frame, right? Let's just zoom in and analyze this local structure. This does look like the classic ascending wedge, right? Classic ascending wedgie structure scenario right there that is breaking down. My goodness, Bitcoin's going to go to much lower levels. We're probably going to come down to test these lows right over here. We are at support at the moment. We are at support. And the main reason why we are at support here, guys, just zooming out a little bit on the 15-minute time frame, we got some very interesting wick lows that we did form here on Monday. This area right over here could be a back test zone. This is called a back test zone, right? Where you have the lows right over here. You got some lows right there. You got this low over here. You get the failed auction kind of price action. This low was mentioned on yesterday's live stream, guys. This low right over here to maintain this order block area was a very, very strong zone. Of course, you got a big, volatile, scary move. I was sleeping at this time, did not manage to long, but got into some scalps today, which I'm very, very happy about, which will be explained on the live stream. This zone right over here was the bouncing level, right? If you do test this high, come back down, you're looking for a bounce at this level, right? You can see the magical drawing here, right? The Picasso drawing. You could actually swing failure pattern from that high of the descending wedge. Come back down, pay attention to that low here at 56,600 range, right? Because you could claim that level and start getting a recovery from that zone. This is an order block. It's the first higher lows after this major pump that we did have here back on the 7th, 8th of August. We claimed that level, getting a significant bounce, as you can see. And what is happening here is that we are back testing that zone for the moment, right? We are back testing the lows that we formed, all right, during the last few days. So we got the recovery, we got the failed auction swing failure pattern from this level, and now we had a major rally. And you might think this is just another dead cat bounce and we're going to come back down to the lows. Well, there is ways to speculate that this is actually going to hold and it's going to get a push here to the upside, potentially to claim this lower high right over here. That would be my target zone if you're looking to long this back test right over here. And I wouldn't go too crazy with a stop loss. I am in a long position right there, small little day trade. I'm short, I'm long, taking profits from the short, looking to get into this long position just purely based on that back test and also bullish CVD divergence. Stop loss is just here. It's a smaller position. I'm considering it a swing long position. I'm keeping some open of that short to hedge against that long position, right? The main reason why I entered a short position here at the $58,600 range, okay, right there, nice little scalp short, already taking a few $100s of profit, is going to be explained right away. This was a short trade trigger that was mentioned in today's update in the Legends trading community. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, guys, looking for a small double top structure here to come down at least to the 236,382. Very likely. We actually got a little bit more of a push down here to $57,500 range here just the last few minutes, right? So obviously being more, looking for that short, maintain some open just in case you do come down to that $57,000 range to sweep up this low. We need to leave some open, but the target zones, obviously looking at more conservative targets, the 382, right? Because this could be a bullish retracement. There is a bullish move here on this ascending wedge, which would be a contracting diagonal, right? This is a classic zone where most of the people are going to believe that we are going to roll down to test the lows because you're in a local downtrend and you would be believing that this low is going to be retested in the next coming hours because of the ascending wedge. Well, let me explain you how that is possibly not going to be the case here, looking at the technical analysis on the lower time frames. If we do zoom in on the lower time frames, you got that very wedgy structure, and it's classic, guys. It is classic for an ascending wedge to come all the way down to much lower levels when you get the breakdown, right? This is like the classic. You like, I need to go with the trend. The trend is your friend. But let me just go with the analysis that was provided today with the Legends trading community, believing that this could be a contracting diagonal, where you're looking at this as a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5 right over there. You've got 3 peaks right over here, okay? They're very rare, contracting diagonals, but they do happen. Now, the main reason why this could be the case, and you are forming an ABC flat structure here, going very extensive, what I'm speculating here on is, whether the analysis is wrong or not, guys, it doesn't matter. It's all about knowing how to manage risk and looking at the possible projections. If this were to play out, and we are forming bullish CVD divergence, don't get me wrong here, there are people shorting the market. There are people entering the shorts, okay, as we're moving down, creating liquidity at this area. That is what is currently happening. Whether the price moves up or it moves down, the data is telling us that there's people interested in shorting at this movement down. They're actually entering shorts as we're breaking down. I already got into the short here on this swing failure pattern, so I don't want to jump into shorts here. I would rather look for a possibility of a reversal. Thanks to the CVD as well, we can see how we are forming lower lows right over here in the blue, which is the rest of exchanges, and higher lows on the price action, giving us a chance to come all the way up here to the highs as we are getting trapped short positions. We're getting people entering shorts with this movement down. Thanks to the CVD, we know that, and that means that we have fuel for the price to possibly recover all the way up to the highs again and maybe break through. If this were to be the case, the breakout is going to be massive, right? And don't get me wrong here, guys. This is just managing risk and looking for speculation of a movement to the upside. The risk management is there. It's a smaller position from the scalp short. I got pretty more aggressive with this scalp short. If this were to be the case and we're looking for a wave 1 and a wave 2, the projected move is massive. It is a massive, massive third wave, and you would be looking for that really nice projected move. So you don't need to risk a huge amount on your trade here to make pretty good, nice risk to reward, okay? You don't need to go massive. You need to have a relatively acceptable stop loss, not losing too much. If there were to be steam here to break through, you will be making much more than your stop loss. Of course, it's a projection. You are projecting that this massive level of resistance is going to break. I don't know if we're going to break that resistance. Of course, we're hitting lower high resistance. The trend is down, right? So you're kind of looking at a possible projection, which is realistic based on the analysis. Could it be right or could it be wrong? Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. That's why we do manage risk with our stop losses. This is a massive level of resistance. It's failed miserably to break already just a couple of hours ago, getting that resistance, getting the reaction. We do not know if it's going to be broken. Maybe this was the lower high and we're going to come down to the lows. It's very much possible. This is why, the technical analysis is not an exact science. You just need to manage risk and have look at the possible projections on the move. So when we do zoom in here on lower time frames, right? If I am speculating on this possible move for Bitcoin, the main reason why, like I said, the main reason why I entered this short, guys, this swing failure pattern that was mentioned in the Legends trading community, this is massive resistance. The price action is getting very, very choppy. This was, without a doubt, a good double top trade. This was a good swing failure pattern level, just because of the amount of resistance that there is here, and because you count 5 peaks here. You got 1, you got 2, and you got 3. In a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracting diagonal. Any move down here, moving in a 3-wave structure, in an A wave, another one right over here in a B wave, you can definitely speculate on a flat scenario. Okay, stop loss is insanely small. Your stop loss is incredibly small if you're looking at that high to be taken and jump into the short position. Your projection to the downside is much more than your stop loss. So that is a main reason why, okay, keeping this educational about that short trade mentioned in the Legends trading community right over there. And also looking at this scenario. So if I'm looking at this scenario, without a doubt, I am looking for a possible reversal. So I'm looking to schlong. I'm basically looking to short and possibly jump into a long position. Taking profits at the target zones. Target zones was the 382, right? Fibonacci retracement. We came all the way down there, swept up the low from that 4th wave, which is a classic zone for a corrective structure. You sweep up the 4th wave, you look for that flat movement, then possibly look for a breakout here to the upside in the next coming hours. Will it happen or not? We're going to have to see. But overall, the analysis for the moment with that ABC flat looking pretty good, sweeping up this low. We are back testing the levels on the higher time frame here. So this does look pretty nice, right? We are back testing that zone over here. I like it. This is a failed auction and it's a back test. You're testing the lows of the range. You got range highs and range lows. You did not manage to come all the way up here to the range highs the last few days. That is good. That means that those highs are going to be taken at some point. At some point, these highs will be taken. Will it be tomorrow? Will it be next week? Will we create one more low and then go up there? Well, it's all about analyzing the local scenarios and looking to scalp those major levels, right? Day trade scalp. You can turn a scalp into a swing trade. Right? So overall, this looks good. We could be forming a diamond pattern here as well. Not a huge fan of diamond patterns, but it can help you to understand that this possibly is a reversal pattern right there. They're not they're not really great to trade because, like I mentioned with the Legends trading community, you could create another low right there and then move up. You're still forming a kind of a diamond pattern, but you never know where the higher low, the last higher low is. You never know where the last lower high is, because this could extend. This could extend. You could form another high, another low, right? So they're not very reliable patterns, but it can give you a signal, a sign that the price will likely reverse at some point, either creating another low or not. There's higher probability in creating that reversal. So when we take a look at the diamond pattern, anybody that's not aware, this is what it looks like, right? You get price action, you get indecisive price action, where you're forming lower lows and higher highs, and then you're forming lower highs and higher lows. And this is basically what we are forming right now, as we can see on the chart, right? You got a bit of indecisive moment coming from a downtrend. You're coming from a downtrend the last few days, and what do you get? You get lower lows and higher highs. Right there, you get higher highs and lower lows. You got the massive spike in the middle, and then what we get here is the higher highs, higher lows, and lower highs right there. It does look like it wants to break right now. So if we do get that breakout, this is still very much strong resistance because, oh yeah, my bad. I've been counting that price action over here. Wow, this has really flipped, right? Oh, sorry, this is on Coinbase, my bad. Yeah, for me, more reliable on Bybit. This is still very strong resistance. You know, let's see if we do get that power in breaking out here. If we do manage to break out, this is going to be looking pretty good. I would be expecting this high to be taken. Yeah, those bullish CVD divergence have already played out very aggressively, right? We were forming some very nice higher lows on the price action, lower lows on the CVD with this movement down. It's a very aggressive entry, but your stop loss can be at the lows right there, right? If you are getting into an aggressive entry right there, your stop loss is at the invalidation point of the CVD, right? Which is, you know, if you're scared in catching a falling knife, which is not really recommended, but if your analysis is correct, right? Like the analysis that I've provided right over here, then you are looking for that movement to the upside, right? Yeah, this is classic, right? Classic. You get the classic ascending wedge, where you get lots of people believing that this ascending wedgie structure that we formed the last few hours it is going to break down, and we're going to come to much lower levels. And if you see that there is short positions entering on the movement down, then this is massive fuel. Like I explained at the beginning of the stream, you're going to get a lot of liquidations here. You're going to get a lot of stop losses getting hit right now as we speak, right? We just pumped over $1,000 in the last few minutes. Because you are getting people shorting the breakout, right? People are entering late the movement down, and you can see it on the CVD. You're getting people shorting, and it's creating lower lows. So that's created massive fuel, and we've just had a major liquidation event right now, very much expected, as we mentioned at the beginning of the stream. It's just been massive fuel. So this is why we're getting that movement up, and this is why this was not a bad entry point when we analyze Elliott wave theory on a contracting diagonal. And this is a swing failure pattern, but I'm not interested in this swing failure pattern. I would want to see the price moving to higher levels. Yeah, I would want to see the price moving to higher levels based on the analysis that I do see. So you got that 5 peaks here. There's 5 peaks right there. You got the flat structure that's hit the 2.6 extension from this pivot high to this pivot low to this pivot high, hitting the 2.618. Absolutely great. You know, this was an extensive move that I mentioned today in the Legends trading community, looking for a flat move right there. And I think that this price action is, you know, it could be bullish. I mean, we are testing the highs. This is major resistance, but according to my analysis, which can be totally wrong, guys, I'm not the best TA guy in the world, very far from it. I would expect this to possibly gain some more steam. So if this were to be the first wave one, you know, yeah, get a pullback here, but I would be expecting breakthrough, follow through. If the price comes down, obviously very aggressively from this point and starts moving to the downside, well, yeah, I wouldn't, yeah, I would just have to come to the conclusion of another analysis. But looks pretty damn good in my opinion. You do have that very weird diamond reversal pattern, and I think we do have a high chance in coming all the way up to yesterday's highs. There is a high chance on the price getting that projected move, because you also have this kind of reversal. You have this kind of reversal pattern as well, right? So overall, it does look like that we are going to, that we could very likely continue to the upside, guys. I do believe, looking at the analysis, when you do form a range and you do have the range highs, which is this pivot high from last Friday, and you do have the range lows, right? You create a box right there. The lows have been tested. The liquidity has been grabbed with yesterday's fearful drop. So you need to come to the conclusion that liquidity has been swept here already, and you would rather want to get a movement to the upside to sweep up, you know, this potentially this lower high. First of all, we're not going to be too ambitious and say we're going to 63k, right? You know, by the end of the day. So you know, you have to come to the conclusion that the lows of the range has been swept, and you could get a recovery from this area. So yeah, that's just really that's basically it. Creating a little bit of a swing failure pattern here, but I'm not happy with this for a short. I'm not happy because I realize that we could just fuel. Let's take a look at CVD divergence now in the next coming minutes. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. We're going to fuel more. We're possibly going to fuel more upside here because we are getting some very aggressive short positions entering here on Bybit. We got a lot of shorts entering on Bybit at this level. And if this does continue to form lower lows on the CVD, it's just going to fuel more liquidity to the upside to get that push to the upside. So anyway, we'll be analyzing that in the next coming minutes. But overall, for me, this is not I'm not going to get into this swing failure pattern just because my analysis, my personal analysis, is bullish. My personal analysis is bullish here, so I don't like this swing failure pattern. You know, I think we're going to go to higher levels and we're going to break through with even though the price retraces. If the price retraces from here, then it's just been a stop loss hunt, and if we do start rolling down very aggressively, well, yeah, it is what it is, right? Then I'll have to come with another analysis. Look at the different scenarios, but for the moment, my analysis of the day is that one right over there that I've just explained. So let me go through the comment section, guys. If you enjoy the analysis, if you enjoy the educational content, make sure to destroy the like button, guys. All for you guys, all for you as always, providing education every single day, live streams looking at the possible different setups. Yesterday's setup was I need that high from the descending channel to be hit. Unfortunately, on Bybit, it was not hit, but on other exchanges such as Coinbase, that high was hit, and we did get that movement to the downside. Let me know if somebody else got into the short position, because I did see someone already in the comment section saying I did get into the short position and I did profit very, very nicely. So shout out to you, my man, in the comment section that did get into the short position. We got the liquidity grab beneath that higher low right over here, right? The 56,700, 600 range that, we did drop a few more $100, but overall it swept that liquidity, got back up. We're back testing the level. We are forming bullish CVD divergence. I always go in detail of what I want to see to get into a trading setup, right? If we do come down here and we claim that liquidity beneath this zone and we start bouncing up and we're moving down, as we are moving down with this bounce, we are forming bullish CVD divergence, then I would be expecting something like this, like it's just happened on the chart, right? So you sweep up the lows. You sweep up the lows right there, right? This is basically in detail what was mentioned yesterday before the move actually happened, right? If you sweep up that high, yeah, possibly the pullback can be pretty aggressive, right? You're possibly going to break that uptrend that we formed yesterday. If we sweep up the lows from here, what I want to see, and I always explain this in detail, guys, what I want to see is a recovery, and on the movement down, I would love to see bullish CVD divergence, right? For me to trigger a possible long trade, especially if you're back testing some lows, right? In this case. So what happened right over here is that we did get the bounce. We did get the failed auction today. We did bounce significantly, right? Over $2,000. We just got the retracement here just before, minutes after the live stream. And we did form some bullish CVD divergence. Not exactly from this low, but yes, from this low right over here, right? So you are forming those lower lows. And that is what has triggered this bounce, which has been a bounce of over $1,000 now in the last few minutes. So let's there's some many other charts, guys, that I want to talk about as well. Okay, higher time frame charts such as the dollar index and the price of Bitcoin, just to take into consideration on higher time frame. Let's see if I do get some minutes to explain this, because this could be massive. Right down here, we have a symmetrical triangle on the dollar index. If this symmetrical triangle on the dollar index breaks down, we would expect a huge, massive recovery happening in the next coming weeks for Bitcoin to go to all-time high. It would be absolutely golden to break this symmetrical triangle and close a daily candle on the dollar index, meaning that we're likely going to go to much lower levels. It's just higher time frame scenarios, analysis, education that I want to explain why there is a high chance of Bitcoin recovering very aggressively in the next coming weeks if this breakdown does happen on the dollar index. Of course, this is support. This could actually hold and we could get a major rally. So I want to go through the comment section, continue here, okay? Just gone through the analysis on Bitcoin. I want to go through the comment section, say hello to the rest of the people that are joining, but also mention, guys, if you are not trading on any platform, one of my favorite ones is Bybit and 𝗲𝗀𝒃𝒃. You do get insane bonuses down below. And if you cannot trade on them based on KYC, you do have Bluffing, guys. Bluffing is one of the best no KYC platforms out there. They have proof of reserves, and you get the biggest bonus that there is available with the link down below. Okay, it's the third link. Bluffing, guys, great platform, no KYC, just with an email and a password. You'll be eligible for that bonus. The more you trade, the more bonuses you are going to get to use for your trading. So go and check that out right away. If you're not trading on Bluffing, guys, no KYC. They have proof of reserves. It's one of the most legit no KYC platforms out there. Now, really want to see Bitcoin breaking out from here, because we are forming some pretty nice a bullish CVD divergence still. You're getting people trying to short this zone. You are forming very aggressive lower lows right now on on Bybit. So you are, there's people shorting right now, which is good, which is fueling the potential breakout. If you get the massive lower lows right now here, it's just creating fuel. You got liquidity right over here at the highs that could definitely bring a possible breakout in the next coming hours. So I'm not happy with this short position. I'm not going to take it, even though the price does retrace from here and starts breaking down. It is creating a swing failure pattern, but I am seeing that there is a lot of shorts entering right now at this zone thanks to the CVD, which is just not bringing me confidence. I do not want to see lots of shorts entering right there, which is just creating liquidity and fuel here for the price to test the highs again, right, and possibly break through. So yeah, I'm not happy with this swing failure pattern. I was happy with this one right there. Nice little scalp for a few $100s of profit. And I am speculating that the price could break through. And I would speculate that yesterday's highs, right, previous day highs, are going to be claimed based on the move. There is another scenario here. Okay, let me go through this next scenario just in case. I would expect if the lows are going to be claimed here, I would even speculate on a possible flat count here, right? Because this has happened very, very quickly. I would speculate on the possibility that this could still be part of the flat. So if we were to come down here in the next coming hours and we do get a reaction from these lows and we maintain above, form bullish CVD divergence, I will be happy to re-enter a long position. I do still believe that the price is going to manage to break out here. And if we break down, then there's no trade, no long trade, right, to be taken, in my opinion, right there. If you do obviously start breaking down with a massive waterfall. So yeah, let me go through the comment section. Classic short-term trap zone here. This was a big bear trap, right? You got all of those over leveraged short positions entering late here, getting liquidated, right? Those scalpers, those intraday traders, massive bear trap right there, which was very much expected, in my opinion, looking at the analysis as I explained in the beginning of the live stream. What about the bearish CVD on the other exchanges? Let's take a look here. The bearish CVD on the other exchanges. Well, there is no bearish CVD divergence. There is higher highs. Well, there's also higher highs on the price action, right? So there is no bearish CVD divergence, unfortunately, here, because locally you are forming higher highs on the price action. You need lower highs on the price action and higher highs on the CVD to create bearish CVD divergence, right? To get the next leg down. But we have claimed the highs. So no higher highs here on the CVD is going to form any bearish CVD divergence because you are at the highs already. Okay, so you can go high here on the CVD. You forming higher highs on the price action as well. You need the lower highs on the on the price action and the higher highs on the CVD to form the bearish CVD divergence. As you're forming higher highs, then yeah, there's you can form higher highs as well on the CVD. That's not a problem. What's happening here on this pullback is that you are forming bullish CVD divergence. You are getting higher lows on the price action and you're getting lower lows on the CVD. There's people shorting the market right now here. There's a lot of people shorting right now, creating liquidity here, giving you a higher chance that you're going to get that move to the upside and claim the local highs. So it's trying to break right now. Yeah, this is why this is for me. This was not a good swing failure pattern level, based on the data, based on the CVD. People are shorting here, which is just fueling the possible breakout. There is liquidity right now here. So yeah, maybe right now, zooming on the lower time frames. Yeah, not even now. You're not even forming higher highs right there, because if you were to form higher highs on the CVD right there and this lower high in the price action, then you would consider, okay, there's people longing here very aggressively, and you're forming that lower high. But that is not the case. That is not the case. You know, just bringing that high chance of the price breaking out. I got the picture. Nomad Man. Let's go through comment section. Salve Andy, do you use Trading Light for your setup? Trading Light? No. Trading Light? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me know. September, the most bearish month. 2 more bloody months. Very possible. I would say that possibly in August, looking at higher time frame, I think in August, before August ends, I think we can very likely claim $63,000. Okay. But I would also consider a possible reversal here. So I do expect $63,000 to be claimed before we hit $49,000. But I would speculate that we're going to get another leg down from here. Okay, claiming the low of 49 or not claiming the low, get September bearish as well. That I personally do believe that that is going to be the case. But $63,000 to $65,000, right, give or take, likely to be hit first, then actually coming down to $50,000 or $49,000. So would be expecting another move up, and that is simply just because we have formed one wave here to the upside, either in a 1, 2, 3 or a ABC. It doesn't matter. On higher time frame, we've only got one impulsive move up here. Okay, which means that this is only another wave to the downside, right? Being a B wave or a 2 wave. It doesn't matter. You would be expecting another wave up here. It doesn't really matter if it's a 3rd wave. I don't care. We'll analyze the situation here once we do form that move. If it's going to be impulsive or it's going to still be corrective. Are we going to get some resistance at this zone where there is a lot of resistance? Obviously, we got the, 66,000. We got naked point of controls. We'll analyze that scenario once we get there. This is more of a swing trading zone for a short, but this could be very punchy and very difficult. We'll analyze that area once we get there. This is, I think it's worthless analyzing this right now because we're basically very far away from hitting that zone. So we'll have time. This is not going to happen overnight. Sorry, to hit that zone. But if this is going to be a 1, 2, 3 or an ABC, it doesn't matter. It just tells me that it's just very likely going to happen. We are going to take $63,000 before taking $49,000 range, right? Could we get another leg down and then up? Yes, but unlikely that we are going to roll down here to $49,000 in the next coming days. It's just, this is why this zone, without a doubt, this is a bouncing zone, without a doubt. It's a zone where I'm looking for the price to bounce, form one more wave here to the upside in the next coming days, creating a low or not creating a low. It doesn't matter. The whole idea here is explaining you that $63,000 will be claimed before coming down to $49,000, $50,000 range. And the simple explanation is price, the waves on higher time frames, on lower time frames, we move in a 3-wave move structure or a 5-wave move. We only have 1 and 2 here. We only have 1 and 2. So you're expecting one more wave to the upside, whether that is going to be bearish later on and then come down, or it's going to be very, very strong and very impulsive, and you're going to get massive, massive volume. You're going to start breaking big major levels of resistance. Then, you know, we can speculate, but without a doubt, I would think that an ABC here is very much possible, being September, one of the most bearish months, right? Followed with October being bullish. So I would expect for August that we could get that leg up here, even coming down to $55,000 or $54,000. It doesn't really matter, or if this is the low or another low is going to be claimed, right? I would still be interested in that long position if we were to come to lower levels, if the low is not in already. And just because we've formed two waves, okay? We've only formed two waves, 1 and 2. So you want at least another one, either in a C or in a 3. You want at least another wave to claim those highs from last Thursday, Friday, which is $63,000 area, right? Give or take. So, yeah, there's just high probability that there's going to be a higher low here, and we're going to take $63,000. How do you get the CVD indicator? Join the Legends trading community. Join the Legends trading community. You know, you have the free Discord down below, okay? Make sure to join Legends trading community. You have the Discord right over there. You got the free version where there's updates as well every day. And then you have obviously the paid version, which is more in detail. That is where I go through, you know, the analysis, the possible setups every single day. But you do have the free version. Make sure to tag me. Make sure to ask the questions. You got all information there, okay? If anybody is in the trading, you know, getting into the trading space, all of these questions will be answered in detail, of course. And just join the Discord, the free Discord. You got the first link down below, and you can join the free Discord. Happy to answer any questions there. You've also got a lot of traders there that will obviously, you know, let you know. You got the paid version as well, where I spend hours analyzing, looking at projection moves, okay, like this short trade. Very nice short trade. Got a move here of, you know, around about $1,000, looking for these detailed, okay, how to manage risk, how to look for the entry point. And just, you know, daily updates right there in the Legends trading community, guys. Spend a lot of time analyzing and trying to, no matter how much experience you have in trading, every day is day one, right? Every day, you need to wake up, you need to take your coffee, you need to look for the possibilities on the price action, right? No matter how much experience you have, even though if it's 10 years or 20 years, every day is day one. It's a very, very difficult game, okay? But the most important thing is knowing how to manage your risk, right? Because a lot of people, most of the people, don't manage their risk, right? This is why they end up losing a lot of money in time in trading, because they just, you know, go with too big positions. They add to their position. I'm getting into a short here, so I'm just going to add to the position. I'm not putting a stop loss. You know, price of Bitcoin is going to roll down, and then the price just rockets, and then you lose all of your capital, right? We always manage risk with our trading setups, guys. Stop losses, invalidation points, and you know, stop losses is part of the game. Español, Hariram, sí, amigo. Soy español. Gold is pumping. We don't usually take a look at the price of gold, but why not? Let's take a look at the price of gold, see what gold is doing. Ooh, gold is pumping very aggressively. What the heck is going on? I remember buying gold back in 2019. Solid gold. Okay. So far, so good. Around about $1,400 an ounce. Yeah, this is the area where I bought some physical gold, which I think, and that is, I mean, it's not done a 2x, but yeah, gold without a doubt, guys. Diversify your portfolio. The first time I bought gold, significant gold, solid gold, of course, not paper gold, not, you know, buying the actual gold, was back in 2019, and, you know, basically really good entry right there, basically buying the physical gold. And gold is doing really well. Gold is pumping very aggressively. What the heck is going on? Yeah, gold is pumping. Gold is at New all-time high today. New all-time high for gold. We're not going to do analysis on gold. Is this a double bottom Adam and Eve? It does look like a double bottom Adam and Eve right there. Big double bottom. This could be the moment that this breaks very, very solidly. You got a small little cup and handle right over here as well. It looks bullish. It looks pretty damn bullish. Gold being ready for 3K. Yeah, ready for $3,000 an ounce. Maybe. First time making a short position. It is reversing now on Bitcoin. I'm not too concerned about a short here on Bitcoin. I am long, and I think that we could get that breakout. We do have it's a reversal pattern. Whether this plays out or not, I'm bullish here on Bitcoin, at least for today. I do. This is massive resistance, guys. Don't get me wrong, right? I am really speculating on the Elliott wave theory here, based on the contracting diagonal. This being a wave 1, this being a wave 2, and possibly forming a wave 3 here, getting another push to the upside in the next coming hours. I would look at a target zone from yesterday's highs, right? Because most of the people are going to be bearish. CVD is in our favor. We are getting people shorting the market, which is good, right? But it is resistance. It's a technical resistance level. You do have the price action forming lower highs. You are hitting the lower high resistance trend line, and it is struggling very much here. So the downtrend is there. I am just speculating on the breakout, entering at lower levels, right? Giving the chance, because I don't want to get into a long position when the price is broken out already, right? I want to take profits, right? I don't want to flip bullish here. I would actually consider flipping bearish, at least in the lower on the lower time frame, right? Looking for a possible short. But I am really speculating that this big level over here, which is the value area low of this range, can be broken. It can be broken. That's I'm speculating on this value area low to be broken. Of course, breaking above this value area low is just gonna. We got a pretty nice empty zone. I think that we got a naked point of control somewhere at this range. Let me just take a look at the daily levels. Naked point of control. Yeah, we do have a naked point of control at 59,362 approximately, which is a high volume node from yesterday's price action, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got a high volume node right over here. Well, it's looking at the daily. Yeah, the highest volume node from yesterday's price action is right over here at 59,362. So there could be a little bit of a rejection point right there, but that would be relatively bullish. If you get back inside of the value range here, value area low, it breaks out. Yes, you could get a small little pullback from the naked point of control. But if we do retrace down to test the value area low, today's highs where we have got resistance, and we still form bullish CVD divergence, we're still getting people shorting, right? We're still forming very aggressive lower lows on the CVD. That's a long trade. We get acceptance back above the value area low. That will be a short-term sign of strength. And if you pull back very aggressively, I would wait for the pullback, obviously. But you're in a new local uptrend from today, and I would be looking at the CVD. So what you want to look here on the CVD divergence is you get the breakout, right? You get the breakout, naked point of control at $59,300 range, gets resistance, you pull back down, the value area low is sitting around about this area where we got resistance today, where we're currently getting resistance as well. If the breakout were to occur, and we get resistance at the naked point of control, it might just shoot through and test the highs, okay? I don't know if that's going to happen. But if it does retrace before hitting these highs, that would be the target zone. If it does retrace down, and with the breakout, you are continuing to form bearish CVD divergence on the pullback. You're getting lower lows on the CVD. You're getting higher lows on the price action. That is massive fuel for the price to just bounce back up and claim the highs, because that means that people are shorting. And we are off. We are searching the liquidity from the people, right? So we need people to short here very aggressively, thinking that this is going to be a lower high and the price is going to push down. You know, I would consider definitely a long position if we form bullish CVD divergence. Lower lows on CVD. You are back testing here the value area low of this entire range. Yeah, without a doubt, I would just look follow through here to claim this high from yesterday, basically yesterday's highs. So yeah, let's this is big resistance, guys. It is resistance, but I think the price of Bitcoin has a chance in breaking out in the next coming hours. Sorry guys, bear flag is forming on the daily. Don't get hyped with the small price move to the north. Bear flag on the daily. Let's take a look at that scenario. Bear flag on the daily. Bear flag on the daily time frame. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this being a bear flag on the daily. If you're looking at this as a move down and this is the bear flag. What I would consider is if the price were to move up here. Oh, we're getting a nice move down here. Price is moving down slightly on the lower time frames. Oh, we're pushing down here. Let's take a look at CVD divergence. Yeah, CVD divergence is still building up. I will consider the possibility of sweeping up the lows. If we sweep up these lows and get acceptance back above, I would consider a possible move to the upside. Yeah, big move down right now. Is there anything? Let's take a look at stock market. Do we have any news today? We did have some news. Hang on a second. Oh, we got some news in about 7 minutes. So stay defensive with your trading setups. We do have some news right now in about 7 minutes. It is Michigan consumer sentiment. Yeah, in about 6 minutes from now. So we could see some volatility in the next coming minutes, guys. Anybody that is trading, make sure to stay defensive. Oh, big sell-off. I didn't like the short trade. I'm still considering the possibility of sweeping the low here. And if the low is swept and we do get that recovery above this low, then I would consider the price bouncing. Big volatile move, big pump and dump right there. I'm going to remain patient to see if we do sweep up these lows. And if we do sweep the lows and we do get acceptance back above, I would consider bullish CVD divergence and then possibly a recovery. If we just slice through the level, then yeah, then obviously no longs will be looked at. But yeah, I did not like the short trade here, to be honest, guys. I did not like the short trade from this pivot. It was a swing failure pattern, but the CVD was not helping. CVD divergence were not helping as we were forming some bullish ones, but overall, they're not invalidated. They're not invalidated. Very aggressive bullish CVD divergence. They're not invalidated yet. We're still forming very aggressive lower lows. There's lots of short positions entering right now. Absolutely crazy. This is very aggressive higher lows. Lower lows on the CVD from this point. Oh my goodness. A lot of shorts entering the market. This could be massive fuel for an epic bounce. So let's see what happens. BTC 48K incoming. Go for short. Don't buy. Right. $48,000. That is very far away. $48,000 is very, very far away. I don't think that is going to happen in overnight. That's my personal opinion. I think this is not going to happen. I think there's a very, very likely scenario that $63,000 is going to be claimed before going to $48,000, $49,000. And that is purely based on the waves, right? We've only had one wave up here. We've only had this wave down. We got, it's very, very likely that you're going to at least claim $63,000. And then maybe I would say, yeah, we could be coming down to 48K. But yeah, still very, very soon. What a sharp move. A lot of sells entering right now. And if the selling pressure does not continue, there's going to be a massive, massive short squeeze here. Insane amount of shorts entering right now. But the price is still forming higher lows. So, yeah, definitely could be fueled here for a massive short squeeze. Short, baby, short. Not sure if I would consider a short right now at this level. But, yeah, if you did get into the swing failure pattern, overall, when you're looking at a liquidity grab, your stop loss is above the highs right there. You can be defensive with this movement down. But yeah, there's no way in a million years that I would enter short on the movement down right over here. Just because it's a stop loss, just because you don't know where you put your stop loss, right? Unless you're swing trading, right, and you get into short here, you put your stop loss here, and you're targeting the lows, then yeah, risk to reward is okay. But there's massive bullish CVD divergence forming right now on the chart, which is not helping. It's not helping to be bearish. It's not helping to be bearish. So stay cautious in entering shorts here. The optional short would have been that liquidity grab from today's highs right there. I didn't like it based on the bullish CVD divergence and based on my analysis as well, believing that this is going to form a higher low at some point in this range and we are going to get the breakout to the upside. Okay, but follow your analysis, follow your plans, guys. I'm just giving you my opinion on the analysis and on risk management. Okay, I'm not the best TA guy. I'm more an average technical analysis guy, but what I am good at is at managing risk. Okay, guys, classic when people trade is that they lose significant amounts of money, and I always talk about where you would put your stop loss, your invalidation, be happy with small little losses, don't be happy with big losses, right? So yeah, let's continue. Lambos go electric, diamond. Yeah, we got the diamond pattern that was mentioned at the beginning of the stream. I do think that this is still very much, this is why diamond pattern is not really a tradable pattern. Just purely based on, you could still continue forming this pattern for the next coming hours, right? Because if you believe that this is the lower high, this is the breakout, this is why a diamond pattern is not tradable, okay? You got the main reason why here, right? So you got a lower high, you got higher lows right there. If you try and breakout trade the diamond pattern, and you're getting into a long position here, right? Anybody that is not aware of the diamond pattern, it's just not a tradable pattern. It can help you to figure out that a reversal is very much happening, but you cannot breakout trade a diamond pattern because this is what happens. You get the breakout and you get a major fake out. You get a big liquidity grab here. And yeah, without a doubt, you're going to get stopped out if you're using too much leverage. But it can let you know that the reversal might happen. You're just going to get a little bit of a bad time with fake outs, right? You're going to get a bad time with boop, boop, movement down, and then people thinking that the breakout is here, they're getting stopped out. You get a major move down, and then possibly you get the movement to the upside. So it's not really a great, it's not a tradable pattern. It can just tell you that, yes, a reversal could happen in the next coming hours. It's very much possibility, right? So yeah, it's just not really a tradable pattern in my opinion. It just couldn't tell you that, yes, maybe a reversal can happen after getting some fake outs, right? To the upside, to the downside. You're still forming higher lows and lower highs, and then you finally get the breakout. So, where are you from? From Spain. I'm from Mallorca. Hi from Greece, on the beach. Nick, absolute legend. I wish I could be on the beach. In Dubai, it is about 50 degrees outside. So yeah, if you go to the beach, you might die. So the beach is not an option at the moment. Maybe next month, but not now. Yep, just buy a bit of Bitcoin, says Chris. Got slapped so many times recently on this, but it's a short. Yeah, if you believe it's a short, then yeah, just follow the strategy, follow your strategy. It's without a doubt, it's very, very tricky, very, very tricky here. Very, very tricky. You got this volatility, right? We're getting the news coming out right now. I'm not sure what this is. Michigan consumer sentiment. It is actually slightly higher than expected, which I would believe is bullish. Consumer sentiment is higher than expected. That news just came out right now. I would expect the S&P 500 to get a major bump right there. Look at this, a major bounce. Yeah, Michigan consumer sentiment just coming out right now, giving that bullish reaction as it is higher than expected. So yeah, S&P going up is gonna possibly help Bitcoin. There has been a little bit of negative divergence on the S&P 500 and Bitcoin, but during the last few days, actually, I mean, the S&P 500 has got a significant recovery since the Monday crash, right? Big V shape on the S&P 500, big V shape. Bitcoin is lagging behind big time. Gold is going through the roof. Well, through the roof. It has been pumping. It's just testing the highs here from July. It's testing July's highs. But overall, significant move up on gold today. We got S&P 500 also moving up very, very nicely. It's been a little bit in a downside during today, but as we're getting the Michigan consumer sentiment higher than expected, it's getting a bullish reaction, which is obviously good for the markets, as we can see here on S&P 500. Bitcoin is the one that's lagging behind. Come on, Bitcoin, what the heck are you doing? The news can make the DXY to go up. Very, 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 very possible. Let's take a look at the dollar index as well. Dollar index is at that crucial support level on the higher time frames, right? That higher low support, symmetrical triangle formation that could still go on for the next coming weeks. We would want to see the dollar index get that breakdown from this higher low support level to get some more downside to fuel the possibility of Bitcoin getting a rally, right? And going to all-time highs. Let's see if that does happen in the next coming days, guys. But this is what I'm paying attention on the dollar index. We do want to break out from that higher low support, right? Close a very strong daily candle beneath this level, then it will be looking pretty good for dollar index to continue to the downside. However, this is support, right? We are at support. This zone could actually get a bounce in the coming days, not helping Bitcoin at all. So, yeah, Casper update. Tron coin target. No targets for Tron. We love V-shaped recovery, says Chris. Yeah, S&P 500 since, I mean, this is also mentioned with the VIX, the volatility index chart, which we had one of the biggest volatile moves to the downside last Monday, which has almost always triggered a massive reversal days and even weeks after the big volatile move on the volatility index, right? We can get that on the chart here, just so you know that last Monday was one of the biggest volatile moves here that we've had on the volatility index. Look at this spike. It's absolutely crazy. Last Monday was very, very, very fearful, right? A lot of people about recession, depression. There's usually big recoveries after this happens, right? There's people buy the fear. This is why we get these big, massive V-shaped recoveries. Let me just move this to the left and yeah, let's zoom out here. Zoom out to the weekly time frame. Let's get this right there. Sorry, guys. Just trying to get this so we can see the volatility index with that movement down that we had from last Monday, right? The VIX chart right over here. I mean, when you take a look at this, we need to take a look at it on the candlesticks, actually, to be honest. Let me just... yeah, because it was a big fat wick. Yeah, we got a big wick last Monday. Every time we've gone through these volatile moves, you get V-shaped recoveries. This was the C19 crash. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Big volatile move down, V-shaped recovery. We had one also back in 2015. That was also a local bottom. We managed to recover from that point. It did actually form a V-shaped recovery. However, it came back down. But the V-shaped recovery did happen after getting that massive volatile move on the volatility index chart, right? You got a big spike right there, move down, V-shaped recovery. So this was mentioned as well. We got the 2008 crisis, of course, the massive crash, V-shaped recovery. This obviously took a few years. But zooming in right now, what happened on the S&P 500 last Monday, yeah, look at this. Just a massive V-shaped recovery. You got a hammer candlestick on the weekly time frame. You got the volatility index, massive fear, Japan this, Japan that. Massive spike, sell-off, V-shaped recovery. So, yeah, Bitcoin is very much lagging behind. But if the stock market is just going to continue rallying in the next coming weeks to hit all-time high again, then I would expect Bitcoin to actually, there's a little bit of negative divergence right now with S&P and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really lagging behind the stock market. So yeah, seems like no retail has dollars to pump this cycle. The all-time high was due to BlackRock. Yeah, without a doubt, we need to see the money printer go on, which is very likely going to happen, right, for the next coming months. We need a bit of fresh liquidity, inflation going up. We need, the C19 crash was an absolutely golden opportunity to get into crypto or stocks or whatever, because of the huge amount of printing that there was, right? There was about $9 trillion printed in between 2020 and 2021, even slightly more than 9 trillion, I think. But yeah, without a doubt, that fueled the massive epic bull run that we got on crypto. But there hasn't been any greed. There hasn't been any FOMO. Retail are not in the game at the moment. So retail will jump in when they see excitement, right? There's no excitement happening right now in crypto. So I think the big players, without a doubt, will pump the price to all-time high and to 80,000 or to 120,000, right? Which I would obviously consider already a bull market topping range for Bitcoin. And without a doubt, would obviously cash out some Bitcoin. We just need to take profits. And I would expect retail jumping in. There's going to be so much bullish news of this, that, Bitcoin, the future, and, creating that massive FOMO moment. And basically even the governments and even, big institutions really coming on social media and media saying, Bitcoin's the future, Bitcoin might become the reserve currency, and all of that coming out on media and getting retail to buy at Bitcoin at $80,000 and $100,000, right? Some event will happen to create that massive FOMO stage. It's going to happen. We just don't really know exactly when, right? Will it be in Q1 of 2025? Will it be Q4 of this year? Will it be in 2026? We don't know. It's going to happen. That FOMO stage will happen, bringing pressure to retail to buy Bitcoin, because if not, they're going to go broke, right? And they'll be buying at higher levels. And obviously we will enter a bear market and they will get broke by buying Bitcoin late, but they will create the FOMO. Institutions have been buying at 40K, 30K, 50K. They want to pump the price to 80,000 and to $100,000. They want the price of Bitcoin to go up there. And they will create a strategy to come out on media, on official media channels, on CNN and other channels, and just say Bitcoin, will be a reserve currency in the next coming years. It's at $100,000 right now. That is what was going to trigger the FOMO stage, and retail will buy Bitcoin at higher prices because they will create pressure for retail to buy, which will already be late, so they can sell their Bitcoin that they've been buying during the last few months, right? It's just how the market needs to work. If institutions have been buying after the ETF, right, and they've been buying at $40,000 and at $50,000, do you think that they want to sell all of that Bitcoin that they have been accumulating, the whales that are accumulating right now? Do you think that they want to sell right now at a 20% profit or at a 30% profit? No, they want to sell at much higher levels, right? So it would be too soon to enter a bear market, like an aggressive bear market, and start calling for Bitcoin going down to $30,000 or $20,000 in the next coming months. It would be really not, it wouldn't make sense. It would not make sense, guys. Most of institutions have been buying Bitcoin since the ETF approval, right? They want to buy the dip. They want to buy the dip if we were to go back down to below $50,000. They want to sell when we are up here, right? When we are at 80K, when we are at 120K. They want to sell right over here. And this is when we are going to see Bitcoin, everywhere, right? You're going to have every people, worldwide on media, social media, Bitcoin this, reserve currency, inflation, they will create fear and a reason for you to buy Bitcoin, for the retail people to buy Bitcoin. You need to buy Bitcoin because it's going to be the world reserve currency. And, that will be the moment that will be very close to the top. So it wouldn't make sense if we're entering a bear market here, guys, right? To be honest, right? Could we go to lower levels? Yes, but it's just very likely going to be a great buying opportunity for the next coming months, okay? We're very, very far away in creating a macro bear market, in my personal opinion. Oh, yes, when can we get people to invest that are broke? They sold us the news on Bitcoin. Right. Yes, going to sell some gold. I got my mother in the comment section, legends, that I made her buy gold as well back in 2019. And see, she's saying right now that she's going to sell some gold. Yeah, it's gold. I wouldn't sell gold. It's you don't need to sell it. Mother, that she's here in the comment section saying that she's going to sell some gold. I made her buy gold here as well in 2019 to diversify. And she says she wants to sell some gold right now, which is interesting. Hello, Mama. Yes. Hi, Andy's mum. Mother, you got some fans here in the comment section. Look at rare. Shall we take a look at some altcoins, legends? Let's keep this right now, the rest of the stream. Bitcoin really just in a volatile zone, not really doing much. It's just creating pump and dumps right over here. Still believe that even though if we do claim this low, depending on the reaction zone here, I would be interested in seeing the reaction and the price action here. I would be very much interested to see a possible reversal if it does claim this low. If it just smashes through the level, then obviously, yeah, we just look at lower. But if we do hit the zone and we start dancing around and we form bullish CVD divergence, I would really speculate that this is going to be a wave 2 or a wave B, and we are going to get the push here to the upside. So I'm just remaining patient as well to see if this low is claimed. Because if it is claimed and we get that reaction, then we could definitely speculate on a possible reversal. If it just smashes through, then it is what it is. We go to lower levels. Right. How is 𝗬𝗫 looking? Yeah, 𝗬𝗫 mentioned some weeks ago. 𝗬𝗫 is not looking too great. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗫. I did buy some 𝗬𝗫. It is down. 𝗬𝗫 is down, guys. I did buy some 𝗬𝗫 network here just a couple of weeks ago, and it is down. It is down, of course. You know, a lot of altcoins that I've been buying the last few weeks, guys, is down big time. But still think this is it's an AI cryptocurrency. AI still big fat bubble, guys, without a doubt. But yeah, 𝗬𝗫 is just basically at the bear market lows. And this is where usually the price does get exhausted, right? This is looking at the weekly time frame. So when you get these massive pump and dumps, this is the area where you usually see the selling pressure get exhausted, right? Nobody, you know, people do not have more of this cryptocurrency to sell here. And that is where usually you would form the bottom formation. So I'm not buying currently any more of altcoins. I'm just remaining patient because we will see a possible range formation on some cryptos, right? Just like here, right? When you come from a massive sell-off and you start going sideways for many weeks, well, you know that the selling pressure is exhausted, right? This is still very aggressive to the downside. I aggressively bought here. I'm happy to DCA, but I'm going to remain a little bit patient because I think we could be forming a bottom formation, right? Just like we did right over here in 2023, just like we did here in 2022, that did last for several weeks, right? And that's the easiest way to detect a bottom, right? Right now, it's still very fresh, right? It's still very, very fresh. This dump that we had since March, April is still very fresh. A little consolidation here between August, September, you know, entering into October would be ideal to say, this is looking very good. I think a bottom formation is happening and we could be looking for that reversal just like what happened in 2022 and 2023, right? So it's still very fresh. We could sweep up the lows from 2023. We could get one more last devastating bump here. So, you know, I'm remaining a little bit patient till we actually confirm that consolidation to buy some more of these altcoins, for example, 𝗬𝗫. So rare is moving. What is rare? I have no idea what rare is. So let's take a look at rare right away. Is that rareable? Is this like the NFT marketplace? Rare? Or is it super rare? Oh, super rare, right? Yeah, I have no. Yeah, this is up 79% today. I'm not sure if we can find this on the chart. Let me just double check. Rare, super rare. Yeah, it's not here on Tradingview. Oh yeah, there it is. Super rare is bouncing very aggressively. I have no idea what this cryptocurrency is, but it's obviously having a massive move here to the upside. Yeah, what can I say? This just got squeezed here in this descending wedgie structure. So, I mean, whoever bought rare the last couple of weeks is making some pretty nice gains with this massive breakout that is happening. So, I mean, this is why this is the most boring stage on altcoins. People are not interested. A lot of them are going to zero. A lot of them are going down. You know, this is the moment to buy good projects because they will pop out at some point in the very near future, right? Possibly the next few months, next coming days, next few hours. Right, look like this one right over here, you know, just getting that massive downside. If you take a look at this chart, just the last few days, right? So if you take a look at this chart right there, just a few days ago, you might think this is dead, right? Just a few days ago, oh my goodness, This is absolutely devastating. Cryptos to zero. And then obviously what you get is the price action just getting a massive pop. So, you know, DCAing, guys. DCAing on good projects. I have no idea what super rare is. But it's doing very, very well today for some reason. It's just popping out from that descending wedge structure. So, legends. Let's take a look at some altcoins for the community. Guys, remember, if you are not trading on any platform, you do have Bluffing, which is a great trading platform. You do get one of the greatest bonuses with the link down below in the description. It is a no KYC platform. No identification needed. They have proof of reserves, so they're extremely legit. And the biggest bonus can be claimed with the link down below. $80,000 deposit bonus. The more you trade and deposit, the more bonuses you're going to get to your exchange, okay? It is an affiliate link. You do support the channel by doing so, but you get the best deals with the link down below. Bringing the alpha before the weekend, absolutely. Keeping this a marathon, guys. Keeping this a long live stream. Just like taking a look at altcoins, Bitcoin analysis. I think we're pretty stuck. We just got a volatile move up, volatile move down. I still believe that this is bullish. I still believe this is bullish, and there is the main reason why here. The main reason why I think Bitcoin can actually pop in between today and tomorrow, whether it comes down to the low 57K range, is because we have tested the lows of the range of the last week, right? You have tested the lows from Monday last week, this Monday, and yeah, you basically come down already to test the lows. And, you know, liquidity grab, I do think that we could form a higher low, okay? So if we move down, I will be patient. This could break down like this, guys, without a doubt. It could break down. But, you know, we'll be remaining patient because I do think that it could form a higher low here and get a leg up. I could be extremely wrong, guys, but this is why we manage risk. What I would want to see here, guys, like I explained on the Bitcoin analysis, is I would still consider this as a flat structure. You know, you formed a contracting diagonal right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this being an A, B, C, possibly sweeping the lows, possibly sweeping these lows as well. And if any reaction happens at any of these lows, forming bullish CVD divergence, I would consider getting into the long position, because if this does form a higher low, the movement up is going to be epic. You're going to claim yesterday's highs, and that would be the projection from this move. But it's not only randomly just saying, okay, I'm going to put a limit long order right there because this could break down, okay? I wish it would be that easy, guys. This level is going to hold. Let's just put some limit orders, stop loss at the low, and just go and take a hike. No, I wish it could be like that, but apparently not. So alerts set on the chart, and then look for that possible reaction. I know people are not going to believe this, but if we do get a reaction, that is what I would be looking for. However, this is very strong resistance. You know, I'm, you know, obviously recognizing that this is resistance, and that the movement, and we could possibly not break above this level. Okay, when we do take a look at the chart here. Yeah, this is very, very strong resistance, right? It's the value area low from the entire range. It's back testing it. It is very, very strong resistance. We got the lower high resistance trend line also not helping. So yeah, I'm just very much aware that, you know, we're probably not going to break out, right? This is resistance. We are in a downtrend the last few days. And I recognize that this could move down. The best level for a short, which I did not take, the latest one. I did take one today, but I already took profits. It was a scalp short position, which was from this pivot right there, already taking the profits at these lows. But this swing failure pattern, not convincing just because of the aggressive bullish CVD divergence that we were forming, right? And we're possibly creating some bearish CVD divergence right now. Let's just take a look at CVD and see what is happening locally here, because yeah, you are forming bearish CVD divergence right now. So you got higher highs here on the CVD, you got lower highs on price action. So that is really not helping for the bulls. These lows could be claimed in the next coming hours, right? CVD divergence changes by the minute when you're looking at it locally. So you got some bearish CVD forming right now with this local price action. Bullish flag on the 5-minute time frame. Oof. Bullish flag on the 5-minute time frame. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't. This is the 5-minute time frame. I wouldn't be too sure to see this as a bullish flag. I don't know. Yeah, no. Could it break up? Yes, but I wouldn't consider it a bullish flag, to be honest. I also think if 56,600 does not hold, next liquidity is $54,000. Yeah, without a doubt, if we take a look at the chart here, zooming out, yeah, if we do not hold this area, which I think it can hold, right, based on the analysis, you're back testing the lows here. I think this zone can really hold. If we do break down, then I would not be looking for any long positions here, without a doubt. There's no long trade to be taken here. There's only long trades to be taken on the reaction here and forming bullish CVD divergence if we sweep up that low on the lower time frame. But if we break down, I'm not going to take a long here. I would consider the price moving to the $54,000 range. This is the next area of interest, and this is a massive swing long position. This is a swing trade. This is a trade that you would have to maintain open for several days, even several weeks. But that would be the area, without a doubt, that I would be looking for a massive swing long position, managing risk, of course. Okay, we need to check the price action here, because if it suddenly starts waterfalling here and no major reaction, then there's no long going to be taken. It's just a confluence area where I want to see the price reacting to it, and then obviously I would be looking for the local bullish CVD divergence. Then we'll analyze the waves here. But yeah, this is without a doubt the next level of interest, because I strongly believe that if we do come down there, that we're not going to come down and claim these lows, that we are very likely going to come up to $63,000. So there's an epic swing long position at those levels. But it's just pure speculation right now. We need to see proof of support. It's a high confluence zone. You got those higher lows for that failed auction scenario. We just need to see the price holding this zone, and then we can speculate on that scenario, because we could wake up tomorrow morning and the price has just created a waterfall, right? So yeah, BTC weekly bull flag has target at 100K plus. I like that bullishness. You're ambitious with those targets. Let's take a look at that weekly time frame bull flag that you are talking about, right? I know which one you're meaning here. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. I know which bull flag you are talking about, right? It is this one right over here. Or it's a cup and handle, right? It's a cup and handle where we have the cup and we have the handle formation. This is going to absolutely rock it, right? Based on Elliott wave theory, it also makes sense that this is a wave 4. So overall, all of the technicals indicate that this move to the downside is corrective, and it's a reaccumulation stage, and we're very likely going to form a higher low at some point here in the next coming weeks to then go to all-time high, whether that is going to be in October, September, maybe November. Higher time frame looks bullish. It does look like that this area is going to maintain as support, and we will be forming a higher low here. So you got the cup and handle formation, right? There's got that cup and handle formation. We love cup and handles. They are bullish. Yeah, you got the bull flag, right? This could be a bull flag formation, right? On the weekly, you are targeting here $100,000. That is if you do get the pull from this range, right? And the breakout, you are targeting here around about $100,000 right there. So that is the kind of the target zone, the projection. I would be more conservative. I would consider selling a couple of Bitcoin maybe at $80,000 if we reach there, guys. We want to have some cash on the sideline just because we do not know what is around the corner, right? The world isn't looking that great. There is massive fear. There's massive speculation. Where there is data, there is suggesting that we are going to go into a massive depression stage in the next coming years. So I want to have some cash, even though inflation is high. I want to have some dollars because that is what we pay our bills and our groceries and our holidays. Not just yet with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's too volatile. So without a doubt, would consider selling some Bitcoin if we do get to $80,000 range, right? Anyway, Andy bro, please take a look at Big Time 𝗬𝗂𝗍. Let's take a look at Big Time, this gaming project that, oh my goodness, Big Time did get a huge, massive correction move. Wow, yeah, it's just, I like it. The selling pressure, this looks dead. I really like this chart, this formation that we've been forming during the last few weeks. This is getting close to a bottom formation. This for me is starting to be reaccumulation area, because the volatility moves down. They kind of finishing right now at this zone, okay? This was even an acceptable one for DCAing, but this one even better. And if we do consolidate here for the next coming weeks, then you know the deal, right? This is where bottom formations are formed. What can I say? Higher time frame. It's still moving down, but it's the selling pressure is getting exhausted without a doubt. So yeah, I would give or take a little bit of time here. But when the price action pops, just like Rare did, when we take a look at the chart here on Rare, you can see how it's popped significantly out of nowhere, right? So, this is when you miss the boat, right? When the price is going to pop out, it's going to pop out fast, right? You will not have time to buy. So this is why DCAing slowly and consistently is just the best strategy, because once the price pops, then you will be in profit, right? So, yeah, just keeping it simple right there. Hi, Andy. I'm in a long position since 56,500 with high leverage. Already took good percentage out and stop loss break even. There you go. Absolutely epic. South Yen. I'm doubting to close 100%. What would you do? If I had a long position from $56,500, I would definitely leave some open, because yesterday's highs could be claimed, and that is my personal opinion. But if I would have a long position from all the way down there, right, from yesterday's drop, I would leave some open, right? Not a huge chunk, make sure to pay yourself. But if I had that long position from this area, then without a doubt, I would leave some open, because you have a possibility of creating another wave to the upside and claiming yesterday's highs. If you do break through the value area low of this range, if you get above value area low of the range, you are going to claim the highs here. Very, very likely. And that would be your next target zone, around about 59K zone. I would leave some open. Why not? You got a very good entry. And there could be a possibility of forming a higher low here. So why not leave some open? Take some profits. You have a free trade right now as your stop loss is at break even, as you mentioned. I would leave some open. I do believe that the bulls could step in here and get the bears surprised. I think we will not go to 59K yet. Yeah, maybe not overnight, but overall, I would speculate that there is a high chance in forming a higher low here in the next coming hours, next coming days. I think this low is kind of in locally right now. and we would have to come up to higher levels before coming back down to this low. Just because it is the low of this range, like I explained just a few minutes ago, right? It is the low of the range, and when you test the low of a massive big range, you usually get a significant bounce, right? So look at this right over here on the higher time frames, right? Where you do have the all-time highs and you got a low right there of a range, right? When you do claim the lows of a range, you usually get a significant rally, right? Then you got the new lows right there. You claim the lows of this range, right? Lows and highs. You claim the low, significant rally. Same right over here. You got new lows right there created before the rally. You got new lows right there. Lows have been claimed. Boop, boop, boop. Massive rally. And when we do zoom in on the lower time frames from the price action that we formed during the last few days, well, you have a range as well, right? Where you have the highs from 62,700 and you got the lows of this range, right? So those are the lows, and the lows have been tested with yesterday's drop. So yeah, I would say that there is a high chance that you could recover very, very nicely in the next coming days. Okay, so me personally, if I had a long at those levels, I would maintain some open without a doubt. What monthly close do we need for a reversal? What monthly close do we need? Yeah, based on candlesticks, I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't know what to say. Yeah, I'm just really not a fan of saying if we close this monthly like this, we are going to reverse. Already closing above the wick low here is a good sign, right? Already closing above previous month low, which is at 53,600, is already a good sign if we close August above this low. Okay, so obviously closing beneath that wick, then it will be not looking too great. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. On higher time frame is bullish. Higher time frame is bullish. You know, higher time frame is still very much bullish. Whether we close a monthly down here or not, the overall macro structure is still bullish. So yeah, I would not pay too much attention on that, on the monthly close, to be honest. What about filling this wick to the downside, at least 50% of it? What wick on what time frame? Lower time frame? Larger time frame? Yeah, let me know. Aditya, my man. Guys, let's get to 300 likes. Smash up the like button if you do enjoy the content. I am here for you. You are here for me. Let's take a look at some news right away. We've got some interesting news happening. Mr. 100. Anybody that is not aware who Mr. 100 is, it's some guy, institution, we do not know who it is, that buys 100 Bitcoin consistently. It likes to buy Bitcoin by 100, right? 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin. And in the last few days, it has accumulated over 600 Bitcoin with this drop. You can see here from yesterday's price action and today with the drop, it's actually been accumulating 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin. So there is whales. We do have whales. Investors are shifting gear from distributing to hodling. In the past 3 months, nearly 300,000 Bitcoin have been added to long-term holdings. 300,000 Bitcoin. That is over 1% of the entire Bitcoin supply. And the accumulation has been rising very aggressively. As you can see from July, August, we can see massive accumulation going on, guys. The data doesn't lie, right? The last 3 months, it's jumped up 300,000 Bitcoin. So there's 300,000 Bitcoin that has been gotten from exchanges. And yeah, this you cannot lie. There's whales accumulating the last few months. So without a doubt, the high is not in for Bitcoin, guys. The high is not in for Bitcoin. There's no bear market going to happen in the next coming months, in my opinion. Could we go to 49k? Yes, but that doesn't mean that we're going down to 20k. So any dips from here down to 50K, down to 40K, which would be very aggressive, I would still be happy to buy some Bitcoin at those levels. Legends, thank you very much for joining the stream. It is about time. I am tired. Hopefully you've enjoyed. The analysis is pretty clear. I do believe that we could break out from this zone based on the analysis that I've been providing. If we come down to sweep up the lows from today, which is at $57,500, that wick low, I would still consider a possible flat scenario and a movement to the upside. I will be interested in re-entering a long position only if we do get a reaction and we form bullish CVD divergence here. And, you know, I would be speculating on that next wave to the upside. If we smash down, then obviously it is what it is. We are going to be looking for lower prices, okay? Make sure to trade safe, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you in the next one.